every play. That's why they're giving everyone a $10 risk-free bet every week. All you have to do is bet a same-game parlay bet with 3 legs or more, and if your bet doesn't win, FanDuel will pay you back up to $10. That's a great promotion, and it's promotions like this why people love FanDuel. Fast payouts, easy to use, safe and secure. It's America's #1 sportsbook. There's no feeling like nailing a same-game parlay bet. So lock in your bet today on FanDuel Sportsbook and get up to $10 back if your bet doesn't win. New to FanDuel Sportsbook, you can also claim 30-1 odds on either team in the biggest game this Sunday, Chiefs and Ravens. Just sign up with the promo code Doug. That's promo code Doug. Must be 21 or older and present in Michigan. Refund issued is not withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Maximum refund $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Same game parlay available for multiple sports in all states on mobile and web. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official partner of 97.1 The Ticket.
Get in zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? You're probably looking for some fuel treatment. It cleans your fuel system to help your engine run smoother, and that means better gas mileage. Right now, you can get 2 bottles of Lucas Complete Fuel Treatment for just $8, plus a $1 bonus reward if you're an AutoZone Rewards member. Not a member? Don't worry. We can sign you up fast right here or on AutoZone.com. Getting the job done just got easier. Get in zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Boomer Esiason. Running your own business requires a lot of running around. From bookkeeping to client meetings, you run it all. By the time you need to hire, you run out of energy. Luckily, with Indeed Instant Match, you immediately receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description the moment you sponsor a job. According to Talent Nest, Indeed delivers 4 times more hires than all other job sites combined. Hiring can finally run smoothly with Indeed. To learn more, visit Indeed.com/credit.
Pro football season's here, and pro roofers save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP pro football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
Let your voice be heard. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, the home for Detroit sports in Vegas. 97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply. Last night, the Raiders over the Ravens, 33-27 in overtime. Derek Carr, 34 of 56 for 435 yards. His tight end, Waller, was targeted 19 times. He's good at football. He is good at football. By the way, the 56 passing attempts from Derek Carr is going to be the total for our guest at 635 Kate McNamara all season. It's possible. All right, Heather has news coming up right now. What's up, H?
H. I like it. It's fine.
I know.
I like that better than H'er, so I'll take just the H. Well, Hurricane Nicholas made landfall in Texas early this morning, bringing the threat of up to 20 inches of rainfall to parts of the Gulf Coast, including the same area that was hit by Hurricane Harvey back in 2017. And then, of course, storm-battered Louisiana is going to be hit again with some of these rains. When Nicholas touched down, it brought winds of up to 75 miles per hour. And the biggest concern is really how much rainfall will this storm produce in Texas. That's the biggest concern. Like I said, it could bring up to 20 inches of rainfall, so they're really worried about flash flooding. That could be life-threatening. So, man, I know hurricane season happens every single year. I just feel like this year in particular has...
Well, and we got hit with so much rain here, it just feels like it's just never ending.
It's never ending, for sure. So officials in Detroit are still really confused by what caused that road to buckle on the city's southwest side on Saturday. So it's actually suspected that a water main break is the cause of that big mound that basically inflated underground. But most experts are saying that they've never seen anything like this before. So the chief operating officer for the city of Detroit says there was no explosion, because that's what everyone thinks, is that something exploded, making this road buckle up. But they say no, it's something underneath the ground, some slow growth under there. Nasty.
That's a great visual.
So DTE Energy and the Great Lakes Water Authority are investigating, and the mound in the road can't be popped or investigated until they actually have to tear a building down that was damaged. So because there was so much shifting in the road, it actually damaged a building. Stash Detroit, a dispensary, was very damaged. They have to demolish that building first before they can go in there and really investigate. So
What they should do if they demolish the building is set it on fire, then you get the contact buzz from this dispensary all over the city. That'd be awesome.
great idea. A piece of the mighty map could be yours if the price is right. So original pieces of the steel grating from the bridge are currently up for auction. So they could be yours. So bids start at just $20. The thing is you got to make sure you can actually get them home yourself. Like nobody's going to transport them for you, and they're very heavy. So pieces are approximately 5.5 feet wide, 38 feet, and 5 inches deep. And
Wait, say those dimensions again?
5.5 feet wide.
Yeah.
38 feet long. Wait, so 5.5 feet wide, 38 feet long, and then 5 inches deep.
We need to do this in the 9 o'clock hour when we're on the switch.
It was backwards on my length and
That is not a light piece.
No.
Or small piece.
no, it's massive. So they do say that the Bridge Authority will cut a section into 2 pieces, but that's it. They're not going to cut it into multiple pieces for you, but they could probably cut it in half.
Yeah.
But still, those are huge and very heavy. So you got to get them out of there yourself. Smaller pieces of the bridge, because we talked about this. When I saw this, I'm like, this is old news. But it's not, because smaller pieces of the bridge were sold at auction last month. So these are the remaining larger pieces. So I don't know what you do with it. I mean, if you're into bridges, I don't know. I guess it's kind of a cool piece of history.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you're an artist. You can make some cool
Something out of it, yeah,
art
I don't know.
projects, shelving, or
I'm sure I can figure out something.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
yeah, something.
Sounds interesting.
Very interesting. All right, so on Sunday, we talked about this. Washington football fans may or may not have just been doused with that possible poop water when that pipe burst at the stadium. Well, that's just the segue to this next part, because it's for sure that there's some fans at that University of Miami game definitely got doused with some pee water. Well, it wasn't actually
The
pee water.
cat was up there.
Yes.
If you're dangling from something, I mean, wouldn't you be scared enough too to
Lose your
have a little
a
tickle?
little accident. So that's what the couple, the daring couple who made that rescue, they said that the frightened cat started to pee as it was dangling, and then it peed all the way down.
They get it so warm.
Which is not that surprising, because yes, it would be a terrifying situation. Oh my gosh. Okay. So here's my new couple alert. We talked about this several weeks ago. We learned that Kaylee Cuoco and her husband are getting divorced.
Right.
And now there's some rumors swirling that she and Pete Davidson could be an item. How does this guy do it, right?
He must have.
Well, that's what the rumors say.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it is a secret, because, I mean, that's what everyone says.
I mean, I think he finally stopped living with his mom.
He does have his own place.
Yeah, he
he
finally
does have his own place, yes. So,
Great selling point.
yeah.
I finally moved out.
The 2 of them are making a romantic comedy together called Meet Cute, and sources say that there's something going on behind the scenes, that there's staffers on set that say, you know what, nope, they're more than just friends. There's definitely a lot of chemistry between the 2 of them. And when they started making the film, they were actually both in relationships. I mean, Kaylee Cuoco was married, and she still technically is. But now there's something there brewing. They went to Six Flags together last month. That was just their own personal outing, had nothing to do with the movie. I mean,
Good for Pete.
good for him. I mean,
Good for Pete.
he's just had a lineup of beautiful women.
To be fair, I'll say good for her too.
Yes, good for her. Yes.
Good for her. If it's the rumors are true. I don't know.
Apparently, they must be true.
At the next light, turn left.
He's not the most attractive man. I mean, that's not rude to say. I mean, he's not. personality and something else.
He is, he's got dark comedy too, because he can get away with it because he tells 9/11 jokes because his dad actually died.
Yes, yep. You guys, the show
At the
Cops
turn
is
left onto
coming
Walnut
back.
Lake Road.
Is it?
Yes, it's coming back. It was canceled last year. It's like a staple of my childhood, this song, I feel.
Yeah. Turn it on, what is it, Channel 20? And
Yeah, exactly.
ran all day long.
All day. So it was canceled last year, but it's coming back. It will be back on, let's see, Fox News, I guess, is bringing it back on Fox Nation streaming service beginning October 1st.
Awesome.
So there you go. You can go check it out.
In 2.6 miles,
What a great
arrive
song.
at Walnut Lake Road.
Finally, guys, Capitol Police arrested a man with a machete and some other weapons outside of the DNC headquarters on Monday. This guy, 44-year-old Daniel Craighead, was from California, and he was arrested after cops say that they noticed him lurking in his pickup truck. And right away they said, something suspicious about this guy. One, he had no license plate that was visible at least, and there were swastikas painted on the outside of his truck. So right there, a couple red flags. So obviously they pulled him over, they investigated. He just had a slew of weapons in his vehicle. There's more swastikas painted inside as well. So he was booked for possession of prohibited weapons.
Machetes and machetes.
A bayonet he had in there, and
Yeah, machete, bayonet,
Yeah.
any hatchets?
probably because there's always a hatchet along with the machete stories.
The machete, for some strange reason, just always makes me laugh.
Hatchet man.
Machete.
Hatchet man, yes. You can hear him.
Because there was a week or so we had where it was like every day there was a story regarding somebody attacking somebody with a machete.
Yeah, and I think the former Tiger reliever Udi Urbina, who got, he's probably still in jail back in Venezuela, Dominican, I forget where. There was something, he was like wielding a machete or something. There was story. For some reason, machetes
They make you laugh.
they make me laugh.
Because they're not an everyday sight to see.
Right,
Somebody.
a sword wouldn't make me laugh, but a machete would make me laugh.
But see, a sword kind of makes me laugh a little bit.
Really?
Well, because it's like, was it hanging on your wall? Were you displaying this sword? Or is it like a big samurai sword? I don't know.
Yeah, I like the samurai.
Yeah, Randy Jackson's.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, thank you very much, Heather. Our telephone number is 248-539-9797. Coming up next, we'll talk to Michigan quarterback Cade McNamara here on the Stoney Jansen program, 97.1 The Ticket.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here with the Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Early look at Thursday night football. Washington, a 4-point favorite against the New York team in blue. Total is 41.5. And there's no way that this number can ever be 4. New York is easily the play in this game right now at anything above a field goal. Washington's backup quarterback is going to be playing in this game. The starter was injured in Week 1's loss against Los Angeles, and New York's offense should play better in this game than it did in Week number 1 against Denver. So this is a pretty easy play to make with the number currently being 4. Let's back Big Blue, the New York team in blue, catching 4 this Thursday night on the road in Washington. That's it for this Bet River Sports Betting Minute, brought to you by Bet River Sportsbook, Detroit's hometown sportsbook. Check out the latest lines today at BetRivers.com. I'm Nick Costos. Keep it locked here for more throughout the day. Must be 21, playable in Michigan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117.
It's September 2021. I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. With mortgage interest rates the lowest they've been all year, it's your second chance to refinance. Don't miss out. Call Hall Financial today to see if you qualify for our no appraisal 8-day close. Our commitment to speed and client service has earned us nearly 4,000 five-star reviews. Start your refinance today. Call 248-308-5000 or chat with us right now at callhallfirst.com.
Hull Financial, NMLS ID 1467435, Equal Housing Lender.
It's a fact. Boaters smile more than anyone else on the planet.
Find your smile at the Progressive Metro Boat Show.
Shop for your first boat or your next from top brands.
Shop Dream Smile.
September 16th through 19th, Lake St. Clair Metro Park.
MetroBoatShow.net.
This is Renee.
Happy to be here.
She's not some influencer. She's more of a groundbreaker, turning her 4-acre lot into a little slice of heaven behind the wheel of a John Deere 1 Series tractor. Renee runs with us because the most important job is the next one.
That's all I got.
Nothing runs like a deer. Get a 1-Series tractor for just $99 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
Research shows people remember radio ads that remind them of the past. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here's an ad that'll really take you back.
Back in my day, I heard a voice from the radio say, Liberty Mutual customizes my home insurance so I only pay for what I need. I'm getting on in years now, but heavens to Betsy, there are some things an old fella like me just never forgets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Taylor Chevrolet is here to help you drive a newer, certified pre-owned car or truck. Upgrading your vehicle is really pretty easy. Leave the details to Taylor Chevrolet. Simply start by applying for credit at helpgetalone.com to get pre-qualified in seconds. All applications are welcome. Get your car's trade-in value by visiting TaylorChevy.com. Add your cell phone number and click Text My Trade Value. Doesn't get much easier than that. Chevrolet, find new roads. Taylor Chevrolet on Telegraph north of Eureka. Taylor says yes.
We say yes.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who miss the fairway all day and still pull out the big stick, the type of guys who will always prefer to be behind the grill than in front of the camera, and the men who never let their friends forget about a high school nickname. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks. This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Paparo of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
Your daily dose of wagertainment, data, and sports talk. BetQL Daily. Weekday mornings 9 till noon on the Bet 1270 and the Odyssey app.
We're joined on the Stoney and Jansen program by the quarterback of the Michigan Wolverines, Cade McNamara. 2-0. Got to be feeling really good about yourselves.
Absolutely. That's the way we want to start off this season.
At the next light,
2-0, and it was definitely a big win last Saturday.
2 games in a row, you guys have been very dominant with the run game. 343 yards last weekend. How important is it for you guys to continue capitalizing on the run, but at some point sprinkling in the pass?
Yeah, I think obviously we put a big emphasis on our run game this season, and I think that the O-line has embraced that, and we have 2 really good backs, and I think getting the ball in their hands, whether that's the passing game or the running game, is going to be beneficial to this offense.
When you look to the sideline, you get the signal, and you guys are running the ball so well, do you sit there and say, God, I hope he calls a pass now, hope he calls a pass, or you just sit there, whatever they call, I'm not going to check out of it?
I mean, I'm not really going to check out of a call, but I think when something's working as well as it was last game, there's no reason to stop it.
How confident was that offensive line? I know early on there was that goal line stand that you guys weren't able to get in the end zone, but as the game wore on, it seemed like every time you guys came out and run, they couldn't be stopped. That offensive line had to be just, their confidence had to be unbelievable in the huddle and as you get to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
in 9.9 miles,
I mean, some of the players on Washington mentioned that they were going to stop the run this week, and I think they took that personally, and they took us not getting in the end zone on 4th down very personally as well, and I think that fueled them the rest of the game, and they were moving people.
What was it like not having Ronnie Bell to throw to?
It was difficult. I mean, we have guys that are able to step up, and I'm confident in those guys, but Ronnie's overall presence on the team was missed.
Another guy who was on the team last year played on the other side, Giles Jackson. Did you have a chance to talk to him after the game at all or anything?
No.
Good response. Who else in that wide receiving room do you look to step up? Now that Ronnie Bell's not there, Coach Harbaugh said earlier in the summer it's the deepest room that he's had since he's been here. How do you create the confidence in another receiver that you had in Ronnie Bell?
Yeah, I think some of the guys that are being asked to step up, as far as like Dalen Baldwin or Roman Wilson, I mean, these guys, they've played as well. I mean, Dalen has a ton of experience, and Roman played a lot last year as a freshman. So I think them having that experience can help them step up in that way.
We're joined by Kate McNamara here on the Stoney and Jansen program. You know the whole deal with flavor of the month in the world. We're a society right now. Boom, 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 boom. J.J. McCarthy's here. A lot of people, he's a 5-star. He should be playing and all that kind of stuff. Talk about your relationship with him and how his presence has maybe pushed you even further.
JJ's a good player. He's a highly recruited kid, and I think he's doing well right now, and I think me and his relationship is good. He's a good kid.
What's the process like for you this year in terms of preparing and studying film as opposed to last year? And we talked, you're on the show last year after the Rutgers game, and it was blitz pickup, it was reading those hot routes, getting the ball out. How has that experience helped you in preparation this year?
Yeah, I think I'm still preparing the same way. I do a couple of things differently as far as what's asked of me from a responsibility standpoint in this offense that I'm looking at now when I'm watching film. But overall, I think I was very confident last year in me figuring out the way I prepared and how it applied to a game, and I think there's no reason to me switching any part of that routine.
A lot has been made about the new coaches, Coach Hart, Bellamy, even the new quarterback coach. Talk about how that energized this team, maybe because those guys are young.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these young dudes, they're coming in with energy. Coaches playing at Michigan is a big part of it too, and those guys are well respected. And as far as I know, every one of us loves the new coaching staff, whoever it is.
Coach Weiss has come in from the NFL. What has he brought to your game in regards to just, again, how you prepare, but how you see defenses and analytics as well? I know he was big in analytics with the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I think his perspective coming from the NFL has changed my perspective a little bit on defense. I think the job for the quarterback has changed a little bit as far as me and my understanding of protections. I wasn't asked a lot of doing that last season, but I think he's inspired me to know more about my own offense as well.
You have a terrific offensive line. There's situations in the game where the fan in me says, quarterback sneak. I mean, Brady's so good at it. I mean, Drew Brees used to just jump over, put the ball over. You guys didn't seem to use it frequently. Do you guys practice that? Talk about that process. Is it a harder play than it looks?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of confidence in our running backs, and I think we've repped we have a handful of short yardage plays that we're comfortable with, and Coach Geis called ones on Saturday that we were repping a lot during the week, and I think overall the run game is great.
Andrew Vistardis is a 6-year guy. Obviously, we all know, we've heard that he's going to medical school. We know how smart he is. Just tell us about the advantage it is to have him at that center position, directing some of those protections, directing the run blocking for that offensive line, but also the relationship that you have with him.
Yeah, me and V have a great relationship. I think our ability to communicate is huge, and it's something that I've really never had within the offensive lineman in terms of our communication during the game, even mid-play. It can be, and I think his presence on the O-line, those guys look at him as a leader, and there's nothing that Vistardis doesn't know about our offense, and his ability to make points and really to be correct, like almost all the time, is impressive.
Have you ever looked at the old guys' offensive line tapes of like this guy played when they won the national championship? The coach ever say, look at the history of this team at all?
Oh, absolutely. I think the history of the Michigan offensive line is well in depth, and I think Coach Moore takes pride in that, and I think that this year the players have taken pride in that as well.
There's, going into the season, a lot of people were talking about Michigan as, not up to par and taking some shots. Now, after 2 weeks, you're starting to get some pats on the back. How do you handle the shift of people taking shots at you? Now they're patting you on the back as you continue to prepare for teams like Northern Illinois and Rutgers.
Yeah, I think whatever was said about us in the media leading up to this point, we didn't really pay much attention to it because this is where we want to be. We want to be 2-0, and we expect it to be 2-0. And I think as the season goes on, I don't think that's going to change.
How much attention do you guys pay to other teams around the country in the conference? Like when you found out Ohio State lost on Saturday, did people talk about it before the game? Smile. What was that like?
Coach Harbaugh preaches for us not to get very invested into other games, especially when we have a night game. And I think that's a really smart idea that, we're not emotionally invested because it really has no effect on us. So I think that, but we knew they lost, but that didn't affect our emotional status going into the game.
I used to love to wake up, get to the stadium, play the game. It was a ritual, and because we didn't have lights, so there was no 8 o'clock starts. Do you have a pregame ritual? Do you have just a routine that you go through, and how much does it change having an 8 o'clock start?
Yeah, I definitely have a routine. I think every guy on this team has a routine, and I think, honestly, the afternoon games are the most tight. We're used to playing those games, and coach is used to, scheduling us the way we do. And I think, depending on the game time and the change, it definitely affects, whether I get fired up right now when you're thinking about it all day, obviously. So I think it does change a little bit, but it's just about timing up the right way as if you were playing at 12.
How awesome was the scene Saturday night? It just looked, being here was incredible from a fan perspective. As a player, to look around that stadium, all amazed, loud, it was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was incredible. Overall, the entire game, we started off with they had a delay game, which was sweet. And I think the crowd presence was definitely heard and felt amongst both teams. And I think even when we came out for warm-ups, that was the most fans I've ever seen in warm-ups. And that was awesome.
The environment was great, and the maze out was great. The lead up to the game, the halftime, all of that stuff was great. Did it change at all when you were on offense, just in terms of sight lines with so much yellow? It's different than a normal game. Did it change how you were looking downfield or any of the visual effects?
Not really. I think obviously I'm used to not seeing that much yellow in terms of the wide receivers' helmets being in the background, but I think us being in all blue helped.
Now, you're from Vegas. The Killers are from Vegas, so when you hear Mr. Brightside, does that go back to your hometown? Do you, to yourself sing it when you guys aren't on the field or anything like that? Because that, to me, is one of the coolest moments in college football right now.
Yeah, that's something that, freshman year, it's like, all right, I got to learn this song now. I got to know word by word, but, I'm pretty far from Vegas, so, yeah.
Looking at Northern Illinois, what is it that you see in that team? I know it's early in the week. You haven't, broken down the film completely, but what do you anticipate seeing against Northern Illinois?
I think around college football, they know that, we're at this point that we're very confident in our run game, and I think other teams will start to pick up on that. And I think overall our balance and our attack week to week is we're just going to play it off of what the defense does, and we're going to run things we do best.
And when you run the ball, play action works so much better, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes my job easier and get these guys out in space.
Cade, we appreciate the time. Cade McNamara joining us on the Stoney and Jansen program here on 97.1 The Ticket.
Well, week one's in the books. Raiders last night pulled off an awesome comeback, and you can bet on more than the final score during pro football season with one-game parlay at BetMGM. One-game parlay is an exciting feature designed to help you make selections within a single game from over 400 bet types, including team and player props. Log into your BetMGM account and create your best parlay before the game starts. One-game parlay is the fast and easy way to combine your same-game win, total, and prop picks. New to BetMGM? You can sign up today and make your first bet risk-free up to $1,000 with bonus code TOMM1000. You can place one-game parlay bets on football, baseball, soccer, and more. Go ahead and take your favorite player to score, the home team to cover, and the over in touchdowns. Not only Joey over in St. Clair Shores is making those kind of offers. Log in today or download the BetMGM app and try one-game parlay with the king of sportsbooks. New customer offer, paid and free bets. Must be 21 years or older, Michigan only. Gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the
WJAM 950 Traffic Center. This report brought to you by Penske Logistics. US 23 southbound after Silver Lake Road. Left lane is blocked by an accident. There's also a crash now blocking the right shoulder. 696 eastbound at Orchard Lake Road. Earn a $1,500 bonus when you hire in full-time with Penske Logistics. Daily open houses from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Romulus and Chesterfield warehouse. Great full and part-time opportunities for individuals who want to excel. Visit or search Penske.jobs. Penske is an equal opportunity employer. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Make better bets, bet smarter, and beat the books today. Download the BetQL app today to better your chances.
Science with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Talk about big-time entertainment in Las Vegas, folks. The Ravens and the Raiders put on a spectacular seesaw thriller that didn't stop until the dramatic overtime encore. And even then, in an illusion worthy of Penn and Teller, Team Chucky had you believing it had the contest won with a first and goal from a yard out, only to have Baltimore miraculously escape and then ultimately grant Vegas the final chance it needed. The contest came down to a tale of two blitzes. The first was a well-disguised surprise zone blitz from new Raiders defensive coordinator Gus Bradley. It resulted in a Carl Nassib strip sack of Lamar Jackson. 2 plays later, Baltimore's Wink Martindale called for a cover zero all-out blitz. Derek Carr saw that last season and promptly burned the Jets, if you remember. Last night, he hit a wide-open Zay Jones for the 31-yard walk-off score in a 33-27 barn burner. What a Monday Night Football game it was. I'm Boomer Esiason.
It's O-Rewards Member Appreciation Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts, where you can earn double, triple, even up to 5 times O-Rewards points on select purchases. Get bonus points on more than 200 items throughout the store, like wiper blades, fuel system cleaners, motor oil, and more. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
As a pro, you know you need the right tools for the job. Shop the Just for Pros event at Lowe's now through September 24th to save on top tool brands and more. Up your power with the Bosch 18-volt cordless hammer drill kit, plus bonus laser distance measure, only $149. And the DeWalt 16-piece bimetal reciprocating saw blade set, now only $22.98. Shop in-store and at Lowe's.com. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Valid through 9/24, U.S. only.
Win $1 million during the Big Draw promotion at MGM Grand Detroit. Tuesdays and Fridays in September, you can win up to $1 million by matching up to 6 numbers during the Big Draw live drawings. Simply swipe your M Life Rewards card to activate your game card. The more you match, the more you win. $1 million could be yours during the Big Draw promotion, only at MGM Grand Detroit. See the M Life Rewards desk for details. Must be 21 or older. Grand times ahead.
Rick Frazier here on behalf of the Mother Waddles Car Donation Program. Well, the kids are all back in school, and as summer comes to a close and we all settle back into our daily routine, we hope that when it comes time to donating your car, you'll think of Mother Waddles. Mother Waddles will use your generous car donation to help a family in need, and in turn, you'll get the private party Blue Book value as a tax deduction for your car. Simply call Mother Waddles at 313-WADDLES and enjoy tax savings while helping Mother Waddles to help others. And remember, Mother Waddles is Detroit's oldest and most respected car donation program. So when donating your car, don't take chances. Go with the leader. Donate your car to Mother Waddles. Call 313-WADDLES or donate online at motherwaddles.org. Mother Waddles, a name you can trust. 313-WADDLES. That's 313-WADDLES.
Upgrade to a Dollar Shave Club 6-blade razor for a noticeably smooth shave, thanks to their 6 precision-cut stainless steel blades. Find your perfect shave with Dollar Shave Club in stores. Yeah, that's Dollar Shave Club in stores. So go to the store and find them.
What are you waiting for? It only takes an hour for you to have your child's heart screened. Get your kid's heart checked at the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. Details at 971theticket.com.
The Detroit Tigers host the Tampa Bay Rays. Pregame tomorrow morning at 11:50 on News Radio 950 WWJ. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio, here's Stoney and Jansen.
97.1, the ticket is Stoney and Jansen program last night. The Raiders over the Ravens in overtime, 33-27. Lamar Jackson was so good, but a little careless with the football. 2 fumbles really cost them. That's why they lost the game in overtime. Derek Carr, 34-56 for 435 yards. Wow. Tigers take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Short 2-game series tonight at Comerica. You can hear it right here. 97 on the ticket around 7 o'clock. Now, the Cade McNamara interview you just heard was not the first time we interviewed Cade McNamara yesterday. We sat down with him for about 10, 11, 12 minutes, whatever. Thanked him, and all of a sudden, sitting next to me, and we do this in Ann Arbor, John goes, uh-oh. I thought it was what? He goes, I didn't record it. Cade, can you please give another 10 or 11 minutes to do it again? Thankfully, he said.
He was kind enough.
Yeah,
no problem.
Yeah, I don't remember how many of the questions were repeats or,
It's different versions of the same questions.
Yeah, I guess.
And actually, I kind of felt like the second one went better than the first, but it was...
It's like when you're playing golf, your second shot's always better than your first shot.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those moments where you're like, I really messed up on this one.
Yes.
So it's... It obviously, it's going to happen at some point. You do enough. I did one for the podcast. I don't know, maybe it's my office, but I was interviewing Bill Martin and Bruce Motti about 9/11.
Right.
And
Bill Martin, the former athletic director
of Michigan. And we went to download the audio, and all we had was their audio, but you could hear me because I was, 8 feet away, but my microphone didn't work. And so I had to go back and
turn right.
Subscribe and transpose and redo all that. But it's been kind of a difficult couple of weeks with the Jansen Champion Studio of Champions.
So that's basically a job for
Oh.
Okay?
Yes.
Thankfully we're able to pull something out that, if he had a meeting, we were done,
Oh, yeah.
We were screwed.
Would have been, we could have recapped it.
Yeah.
Well, we talked to Kay, and here's what I said.
Exactly.
Yes.
So 248-539-9797, telephone number or the ticket text, if you'd like. What's your biggest job fail? I mean, every day is one with me, mispronouncing words, things like that. But I think when I go back, it's actually something really stupid that I did. It wasn't actually part of the job, which is why there was when I worked at Channel 4, there was this internal NBC it was before webinars, but it was basically a closed circuit conference call with all these stations and NBC executives or whatever.
Yeah.
For some strange reason, I was in a pissed off mood, and I was upset that the locals for some reason I didn't think our budget was good enough or something for what we wanted to do. I don't remember whatever. Anyway, so I somehow asked a question, but I didn't say it was me. I said it was somebody from WNEM in Sept. And it was kind of a disparaging question. And they realized that it came from me, and I didn't get fired, but I was pretty close.
Stay in the right lane.
it was only I would care. It was really stupid.
Uh-huh.
That's the one I could, besides, everyone knows,
turn right onto
cell phone
Columbia.
number over the air once.
Yes. I had a behind-the-scenes Jeff Okuda moment where I got the do your job speech from Russ Grimm, our offensive line coach in Washington. And this is not what you think, but as a rookie, you were supposed to get breakfast. And I've talked about this, whether it's the hot ones from Krispy Kreme. Do you remember, and anybody from the D.C. or Northern Virginia area,
turn right onto Columbia, then turn right
there's
onto
an
Bowen
India's Kitchen
Avenue.
here, the
Is there?
Middle Eastern.
Yeah, there is. I was going to say, I know Anita's Kitchen. I know that.
This was a Mexican-style restaurant, and they had the greatest breakfast burritos. And so the night before that I was supposed to bring them, I got the order of everybody involved. And I was specifically told many times, no potatoes in the burrito. And it literally was probably 10 to 15 times, no potatoes. And so I should have remembered, but I was running a little bit late. I called in. I said, hey, I need 30 breakfast burritos and have them ready in 20 minutes. I'll be there. Pick them up, drop them off at the O-line room, and we're sitting down. I take a big old bite of mine, and as soon as I do, I
turn right onto Boeing Avenue, then turn left onto Sioux.
And Russ Grimm did the same thing. Corey Raymer, all of the guys that were Andy Heck, who's now the O-line coach here in Kansas City.
Okay.
They did the same thing.
At the stop sign,
and
turn left onto Sioux. Then the destination is on your left.
You would have thought that I missed the game-winning block because it was so offensive to these guys that I put potatoes or I didn't follow directions. And Russ Grimm actually told me as I was leaving to go get 30 new breakfast burritos without potatoes. Do your job. So that
the destination is on your left.
Wow.
12850 Sioux. Arrived.
Giving that to Jeff Okuda yesterday or on Sunday.
Heather?
I'm sure I've had some